sports news around the world. What a great night in football in the African Cup of Nations 2025, 2020, African Cup of Nations 2025. What a moment of joy. Senegal, after, after winning the 2025 African Cup of Nations against host nation Morocco, Pepe Gueye, the man of the moment, the man who made the impossible possible for the Senegal national team. He had, oh, bro, hope you good. Senegal winning the African Cup of Nations, Morocco dropping valuable points after getting the moment to win the African Cup of Nations 2025. They lost it during the extra time to Senegal. Pepe Gueye and Real Madrid winning to close the Senegal won the Afcon. Are you shocked? No, I'm not shocked. They won it in 2021 and they've won it in 2025. The most significant moment of joy for every single Senegalese fan and every single Senegalese nationals has been winning it in 2021. And Sadio Mane, do you think that Morocco will win it? No, I didn't think so. Had it been that any other country has gone into the finals with Morocco, Morocco could have won it. Morocco did their best at the World Cup. They've done their best during every single African Cup of Nations. Morocco has been one of the dominant forces when it comes to African football. Did you watch the final? Yes, I did a little bit and I went off to bed because I was very tired. But it's been one of the most classical moments, one of the best finals ever in any African Cup of Nations. Do you think we will win the Champions League? Very possible. It's very possible. Anything at all can happen, and the Champions League can be won. It's possible. No one can imagine what will happen in the UEFA Champions League finals, in the preliminary rounds. If your team qualifies to the round of 16, to the quarterfinals, definitely they will be in there to win the UEFA Champions League. Are you happy that Senegal won that? I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Just look at the penalty that was awarded to Morocco. It was a Moroccan referee who officiated the game, and he won a last-minute shock and upset to the Senegal national team. And mind you, one of the greatest leaders when it comes to football, one of the best players when it comes to football, after leaving FC Barcelona, moving to FC Bayern, and then moving to the Saudi Pro League and playing for Al Nassr. Sadio Mane has been one of the best leaders in football, one of the greatest players in Africa. It has always been Sadio Mane. Thank you, Nihad. Thank you, Nihad. I had that hope and happiness that Senegal will definitely win the African Cup of Nations. Who is your GOAT in football? My GOAT in football has always been Cristiano Ronaldo. No one than Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi is in there. Everyone loves Leo Messi. But when it comes to football, when it comes to generational thinkers of football, the one who makes it happen, the one when impossibilities become possible, it has always been Cristiano Ronaldo. He has been the drive force to every single footballer in the world. He has been the symbol of football to each and every footballer who wants to emulate someone. Cristiano Ronaldo has always been the idol to every single footballer who wants to learn. Cristiano Ronaldo has always been the greatest footballer of all time. The one whom, do you think that Morocco was going to score the penalty? I was shocked when the penalty was awarded to Morocco, but I knew it will be an upset to the Moroccan national team. I knew it would be an upset, and Morocco would definitely be part of what football is all about. They've been one of the greatest moments. Everything that happens in football, Morocco has always been the one who always idealizes everything in football. They've done their best to host the African Cup of Nations, and they did their best to make sure the three valuable points at stake is being won. No one can ever think that Morocco will never win the African Cup of Nations. Had it been that they've gone to the finals with Egypt, had it been that they've gone to the finals with Tunisia, had it been that they've gone to the finals with Mali, Morocco could have won it. Simple. But the impossibilities everyone always think about, they couldn't win it. They did their best right from the qualifiers, right from the preliminary rounds, right from the encore. Morocco did their best to make sure the three valuable points at stake is being won. But the night of football, the moment of who do you think will win the World Cup 2026, it's going to be dicey. But I'll go for Portugal to win the World Cup 2026. Portugal has always been the team everyone always thinks they should be able to win the World Cup 2026. Where are you from? I'm from Ghana, Nihad Ibrahim. I am from Ghana. I'm a Ghanaian and I live in Ghana. But currently, I've moved out of Ghana for a while and I'm now in Dubai. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'll be traveling across the length and breadth of the globe. If everything moves on well, we will travel around to see the best moments when it comes to football. There's always a great night when it comes to football. Everyone idealizes the great moments when it comes to football, but there is always going to be a special moment. There is always going to be a special moment. There is always going to be a special night. No one can ever think about it. But Real Madrid has now closed. I love Ghana. I think they are the best people I have ever seen there. I have I have been there. Oh, thank you. Ghanaians are great people. They are great and loving people you can always think of. They appreciate people. They love people. They always want people to get closer to them. And they have been the ones that always makes everyone around them happy. Ghana is a great country. Try and visit Ghana once again and you will still love it. You will still be shown that love. You will still be shown that care by the people that you always meet. There's always a great moment. When it comes to football, you always find Ghana in there. When it comes to football, you always see Ghana in there. There's always part of everything that happens in football. And Ghana is always a great moment. Ghana will always be a great nation you can ever visit. Who is better for you, Pele or Maradona? These are great players. But if you ask me, I'll go for Diego Armando Maradona. Pele did his best during his prime. Diego Armando Maradona also did his best during his prime. These are two great players. You can never write their names off the books. World Pele and Diego Armando Maradona. These are two great players. And we still have their symbol up to date. And Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are also one of the two greatest players in football. Names can be written, names can be seen. Did you watch Maradona when you were young? Yes, I did. He has one of the greatest feats in football. Who do you think is the new Ronaldo? The new Ronaldo currently right now, I think it's always Kylian Mbappe. Oh, my bro, thank you for joining my live stream. Please double tap on the screen. Senegal on fire. I'm telling you, Leo, Senegal has been one of the greatest nations when it comes to football. They won the African Cup of Nations in 2021. And in 2025, they've been the African Cup of Nations champions after everything that was done. Senegal are Afcon champions in 2025. You watch the game, it was one of the best moments when it comes to the African Cup of Nations finals. After an awful penalty was awarded to Morocco in the final embers of the game, and they saved the penalty. Was who do you think is better, Lamine Yamal or Dwayne? Wow, these are two great players, but I will always go for Lamine Yamal. without being biased, Lamine Yamal is one of the best youngest footballers in the world at the moment. He is one of the greatest, youngest footballers in the world at the moment. He has seen it all. He has won it all. Desire is also coming up. And when Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo fades away, there will be so many great players that will step into the shoes of Cristiano Ronaldo, that will step into the shoes of Leo Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Lamine Yamal, Desire and who else again? Arda Güler. These are the four players I think they have the chance of replacing Cristiano Ronaldo, replacing Leo Messi. These are the two greatest players that I have in mind. That no two ways about that. They are the only players that can right the wrongs, that can right everything. Who is your Ghana goat? My Ghana goat will always be Stephen Appiah. My Ghana goat will always be Stephen Appiah and Stephen Tornado Appiah and Asamoah Gyan. These will always and forever be the two great players Ghana has ever had. There'd be Michael Essien, yes. There'd been Sule Muntari, yes. But Stephen Tornado Appiah and Asamoah Gyan have been one of the great players Ghana has ever had. What is the best sport for you? My best ever sport has always been football and tennis. Football and tennis has always been my best. The rest, I love how it's been done, but football and tennis has always been my best sports we had. Football, tennis. I have the passion for football and I have the passion for tennis. The rest, I love it, but not the same passion I have for football. I love boxing, I love swimming, I love rugby, I love kickboxing, I love cricket. But my passion for sports has always been tennis, it has always been football. There's always the best moment. Did you watch Barcelona versus Real Madrid? It was one of the best finals I have ever watched. One of the best. Real Madrid did their best to win the Spanish Super Cup, but their best wasn't good enough. What was your dream? My dream was to be a footballer, but it couldn't happen. Due to some circumstances, it couldn't happen. But my dream currently is to be one of the top best journalists in the world. That is my dream of being one of the top best journalists in the world at the moment. They are great journalists, but I want to be one of the best amongst the best. Everyone has what he loves, everyone has what he idealizes in football. But to be the best, to be the greatest, to be one of the finest, you always need to have a passion for it. And my passion is to be one of the best journalists in the world. I am sorry what your dream couldn't come true. It's true. It's true. And I have always watched to be part of the best, but it couldn't happen. So I had to switch to be one of the best journalists in the world. And that is what I am doing currently to make sure my dream doesn't fade away. Real Sociedad 2, FC Barcelona 1. What a night, what a great moment, what an upset in the Spanish La Liga 2025-2026 season. A moment everyone couldn't think Real Sociedad could silence FC Barcelona and pick the three maximum points at stake. But Real Sociedad did their best to make sure FC Barcelona doesn't pick the three maximum points at stake. Which final is better? Barcelona versus Real Madrid, Argentina versus France. Argentina versus France is one of the best finals ever. Argentina has been one of the best nations when it comes to football. In the Spanish La Liga, the rivalry is there. But when it comes to national team level, Argentina has the greatest footballers. France has one of the best footballers. Meeting Argentina in the finals of the FIFA World Cup was one of the craziest moments, but it couldn't happen for France to lift it. After winning it, after Kylian Mbappe holding the World Cup trophy, he thought they could pick it again for the second time, but Leo Messi denied them. And we are heading towards the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It's going to be one of the best World Cup ever. It is going to be the final straw for Leo Messi. It's going to be the final straw for Cristiano Ronaldo, and the journey of these two great players. Who was the best goal? Who was the best goal for you in the match Real Madrid versus Barcelona? It was Rafinha. Rafinha final goal against Real Madrid for them to win the Spanish Super Cup was one of the best goals I have ever seen in football. Real Madrid didn't see that happening, but FC Barcelona picked that valuable points at stake to make sure the three maximum points is won. And they couldn't believe it because it was 2-2. And when it goes to the live wire, Real Madrid knows how to turn things around. And after losing the Spanish Super Cup, Xabi Alonso was fired by Real Madrid. He couldn't see that happening. He couldn't see that happening, but it happened. After the game, Xabi Alonso was kicked out of Real Madrid tenure. Do you think that Real Madrid got a good coach or not? He is a good coach. He has been part of the academy, but I don't think he can take Real Madrid far. Maybe after the end of the season, Real Madrid will go for a better coach to steer their affairs for the club in the 2026-2027 season. But currently, they don't have options in the market. So they still need to maintain what they have internally. It's the same Manchester United also did. And Michael Carrick, in his first game for Manchester United, picked the three valuable points at stake for Manchester United in the Manchester Derby. And Manchester United won against Manchester City after losing against them by 3 whooping goals in the first round. Michael Carrick made it impossible for Pep Guardiola, for Man City, for Antoine Semenyo, who is the only Ghanaian to play in one of the biggest teams in the English Premier League. After moving from FC Bournemouth, Man City signed Antoine Semenyo. He scored in the Carabao Cup to book a spot in the finals against Arsenal. He scored in the Emirates FA Cup for Manchester City. So everyone thought Antoine Semenyo would score once again against Manchester United, but he was silenced by Kobe Meno. He was silenced by Harry Maguire. He was silenced by Lisandro Martinez. And Mike Carrick did everything possible to protect his legacy. 4 games and then winning all. During his time when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was fired by Manchester United, Michael Carrick stepped in as an interim, and he made the impossible possible for Manchester United to pick that valuable points at stake. And he did his best to make sure Manchester United wins games upon games upon games. He played 3 matches and he picked all the valuable points at stake. In his 4th game for Manchester United, after being the second person to be part of Manchester United as an interim, he won the biggest derbies in the English Premier League against Manchester City, against one of the best coaches in the English Premier League, against Pep Guardiola. And Michael Carrick made it impossible for Pep Guardiola. He outplayed Pep Guardiola in the Manchester Derby to pick the 3 valuable points at stake. What a night, what a moment, what an afternoon in the Manchester Derby. And Michael Carrick making it possible for Manchester United to move a bit closer to the top 4. Michael Carrick's next game will be against Mikel Arteta. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was fired, Michael Carrick won by 3 goals to 2 against Mikel Arteta. And now is another moment of joy, another moment of greatness in the English Premier League. And Michael Carrick will be meeting Mikel Arteta once again to define the moment in the English Premier League, to define Manchester United top four chase. Is it going to happen or it's not going to happen? What is your thought about Michael Carrick's three valuable points against Manchester City, three valuable points against Pep Guardiola, one of the best moments in the English Premier League, one of the best moments in the Spanish La Liga. Kylian Mbappe coming out of injury to score a penalty for Real Madrid, to pick the three valuable points against Levante, and FC Barcelona dropping points against Real Sociedad. Now the points gap moving from 4, it's now close to call. A point separating Real Madrid and FC Barcelona. There's always going to be a moment, there's always going to be a night of greatness when it comes to football. Real Madrid has always been the moment when everyone has been waiting for, and Kylian Mbappe killed it for Real Madrid. And who else can silence FC Barcelona in the Spanish La Liga match day 20? Real Sociedad did their best to make sure what Atletico Madrid couldn't do, what Atletico Bilbao couldn't do, what Real Madrid couldn't do. They've done it. They've ended FC Barcelona 9 games unbeaten run. They've now dropped it to 4. They dropped it to 1 point. After closing the gap from 7 points, came to 4 points. Now it has been dropped once again to a single point, and Real Madrid will do everything they can to make sure they win the Spanish La Liga 2025. FC Barcelona has the Spanish Super Cup trophy. They are still in the Copa del Rey, and they are still in the race to win the Spanish La Liga. What a night, what a moment, what greatness everyone has been waiting for in the Spanish La Liga. And FC Barcelona dropped their valuable points at stake to still keep the title chase alive to 4. They've now dropped it to 1. Can Real Madrid move out of nowhere to overshadow FC Barcelona and win the Spanish La Liga 2025-2026 season? What everyone has been waiting for is for Real Madrid to close the gap on FC Barcelona, and they've done it. The impossibilities that no one ever think it can happen, Real Madrid have done it to make sure the 3 valuable points at stake to close the gap on FC Barcelona. They've done it. And who else ever thought Senegal can win the African Cup of Nations 2025? The penalty was awarded to Morocco in the final embers of the game. Senegal left the pitch, entered the dressing room. They came back, and Benjamin Mendy saved the penalty. The penalty was saved by Mendy. And now, a night everyone never thought it can happen. A moment everyone thought it couldn't happen. That moment of joy, that moment of greatness happened for the Senegal national team to win back again the Afcon after winning it in 2021. They won it again in 2025. Hero of the night, hero of the moment, hero of the night, hero of the moment, hero for a country that never thought they could get this far. The leader of the moment has always been Sadio Mane. Hero of the night, Guaye. And Pepe Thiaw has been one of the finest coaches in Africa. He made it possible, and he has done it once again for the Senegal national team to win the African Cup of Nations. After doing it in 2021, they've done it again in 2025. Who else can challenge Senegal as the best African nation in the world at the moment? The best African nation, the best country in Africa, the best nation when it comes to football. Senegal has written their name on the Afcon Cup of Nations trophy. What a night everyone thought it could go to Morocco. What everyone thought Morocco will win the Afcon to put smiles on the faces of their teaming supporters in their country. It couldn't happen. It couldn't happen. It couldn't happen. And Senegal are champions of Africa. Yes, they are champions of Africa. It is. Yes, it has been won. And they did their best right from the on-go, right from the start of the African Cup of Nations. They did their best to make sure they move closer to the finals. They did move closer to the finals, and they've won the African Cup of Nations 2025. What do you think about Senegal winning the African Cup of Nations 2025? What do you think about Senegal being champions of Africa? The best moments when it comes to African football, the finest moments when it comes to African football, has been one of the greatest where Senegal was intimidated in the finals, where Senegal had everything at their beck and call, and they made it possible in the finals against host nation Morocco. What a night! Everyone thought it would go to Morocco, but Sadio Mane, Pepe Gueye did their best to make sure Afcon is won. And who else has been one of the finest players for the Senegal national team, being a leader? And at that great moment, he did everything to make sure Senegal wins the African Cup of Nations 2025. FC Barcelona dropping valuable points in the Spanish La Liga match day 20. Real Madrid winning against Levante to close the gap in the Spanish La Liga title race with just a single point. The nine waited for it, and Senegal lifted the Afcon trophy 2025-2026. 2026 is also a different journey into the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Who is going to win it? And Afcon 2025 finals was played in 2026, and Senegal became champions of Africa. And Sadio Mane, once again, if he retires from the Senegal national team, he will be the hero for their nation. He will be the one who made it possible for Senegal to win the Afcon 2025. He will be the hero. A statue should be mounted for Mane in Senegal. He has done it for Africa. He did it for Africa. He did it for Senegal. And Michael Carrick becoming an interim for Manchester United made it impossible for Pep Guardiola. Manchester United next game will be against Arsenal in the English Premier League 2025-2026 season. Michael Carrick has done it before against Mikel Arteta. Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo, Brian Mbeumo, Matthias Cunha. They are going to light the stage against Arsenal and make sure they drop points, they drop Arsenal title chase and give the live wire to Pep Guardiola. And he is going to do it. Michael Carrick is going to do it against Mikel Arteta. There is always going to be a final moment when it comes to football. FC Barcelona dropping that valuable points at stake. And now the finals of whatever everyone has been waiting for. The stage was set and Senegal won it. The game was set and Real Sociedad won it. The game was set. And who else? Real Madrid won against Levante to close the gap to a point. The game was set and Michael Carrick picked the three more valuable points at stake to move closer to the English Premier League title, closer to the top four, just a point behind Liverpool and a point separating Manchester United and Chelsea. Liverpool has just a point, and if Manchester United wins against Arsenal and Liverpool drops a point, Michael moves Manchester United to top four, and it's going to be one of the greatest moments for Manchester United in the English Premier League 2025-2026 season. What do you think about Michael Carrick's first game against Man City? And he won it. 3 goals was disallowed, but 2 goals went in there. Manchester United dominated Man City and they won. Real Madrid closing the gap to just a point in the Spanish La Liga 2025-2026 season. Barcelona dropping a point. What do you think about the weekend game? Which team surprised you? Which team put smiles on your face? Is it Manchester United? Is it Real Madrid? Or is it Real Sociedad? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Share and turn your notification button on and subscribe to SCTV Sports. And I'll bring you more exclusive when it comes to sports news around the world. Stay glued to your seat as always, and I'll bring you the best, nothing but the best when it comes to football around the world.